Mm. Yeah, pretty good. Can't complain. They really fleshed out the freaking slums, haven't they?
Well, I mean, they kind of have to if they're going to expand it into a game.
Yeah, I know. I
How
just didn't
far?
know if it's.
How far are you?
Just got to the beginning of chapter 9, which
Oh,
I
okay.
think is probably wall market.
Yeah, you're about as far as I am in my hard mode right up. So, what do you think of darts?
And there's only one trophy for hard mode, right? Oh no, wait, there's 2, right?
Jeez, I can't remember. You got to defeat the super
You got
boss,
to beat
and
all
that's
the
a trophy.
chapters.
You got to beat all the chapters in hard mode.
So that's 2. Don't you have to do that box mini game?
That's not a hard mode one. You do that in chapter 14, regardless of difficulty. That's just a hard mode version of the game, not actually that game in hard mode. If that
You
makes
can
sense.
only get one of the enemy skills in a hard mode.
Right. Yes,
Battle.
you can only get one of the enemy skills in hard mode.
So there's at least 4, or there's at least 3 trophies.
Yeah. Hard mode honestly isn't that bad. Instead of thinking like this is Dark Souls and you're starting New Game Plus and it essentially starts a whole new playthrough where it scales in difficulty, think of like the entirety of hard mode as chapter 19. Right? That's more of what it's like.
No, that doesn't mean much to me. What do you mean?
Okay. You see how the difficulty is scaling up slowly from chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, whatever.
Right.
Hard mode is basically just another step up in the difficulty instead of like a whole new start of a difficulty playthrough that will sequentially increase in difficulty. Hard mode is all flat difficulty, relatively.
So it doesn't. Hard mode doesn't increase from chapter 1 to chapter whatever.
Not really. Not that I've seen.
All fucking hard.
Yeah. But the hard difficulty is kind of universal, right? It's not like a leap above what you were doing at the end of normal mode. It's just the next logical step, essentially, from what you were doing. So, it's not bad. I mean, I already beat the super boss, and I've only gotten halfway through the normal walkthrough of hard mode, so... Essentially, if you can do anything in hard mode, you can probably do everything in hard mode. It's not that bad, really. Although, I do like how there is significant strategy to the battles. These fights are actually fun to write up because your loadouts actually matter.
Yeah, some of your loadouts matter to the point where I'm at.
Yeah.
Like, certain enemies are only weak to certain things.
It matters.
Mostly lightning.
Yeah, so far. It matters more in hard mode because, I mean, it might seem obvious, but it's not for the reason you might think. The enemies are all the same. You just have all of the fucking materia and equipment from the original, so instead of fighting those stupid fucking venom mantises and hoping they don't just spam put you to sleep forever, you can just equip a headband and become immune to it. You can equip warding materia and become immune to poison or silence or fucking whatever the hell. So that's better. You can actually adjust your loadouts for a specific enemy, and some fights in hard mode are actually significantly easier than they were in normal mode, just because you can do that. Like, enemies that use lightning or fire a lot. Oh, guess what? I have elemental and fire on my armor. Now half of your fucking attacks heal me.
Oh, yeah, you don't have that in the beginning.
Yeah, you do not.
Yeah.
You get the weapon link pretty early. I put that up with lightning on Barrett and that airbuster or something.
Yeah, that's actually what I recommend in the guide. That's because you have to use him for some phases in the fight, like when he's flying around like a douchebag.
It seems like a no-brainer.
Barrett is kind of okay at the beginning, but by like endgame, he becomes the best character in my opinion. Because he just gets so much damage output, and some enemies you really need to target specific parts, and he's just really good at that. And he doesn't have to commit as much to attacks. Like, he can shoot off pretty short bursts. And he's great at tanking. Barrett's just great in that game. So,
I don't know, man. I've been playing with Eric, what do they call her in this version?
Aerith.
Aerith.
You know Aerith, but with a lisp.
I almost said Ares.
That's fine. She's still Aerith, as far as I'm concerned.
Like her war ability that lets you just use a spell and then she just doubles it.
Oh no, she's the best healer and well, she's the best caster in the party. I'm not taking away from that.
She gets that right away.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, I wonder what her first ability is. Oh my god.
She's super strong, but she can't tank for shit. Like my endgame party for doing the super boss stuff was Barret, Tifa, and Aerith, just because Aerith can equip healing materia and magnify, which is this game's version of all, and she can just cast cure for 3 magic points and heal everyone in the party for like 3,000 hit points. And it's like, okay, I mean, when can't she do that? When there's never a downside to that. So, really good stuff. But a lot of characters take a bit to come into their own, and Aerith is kind of slow, mostly because she kind of sucks on her own in some situations. Like, you really need her not to be able, or need her not drawing aggro all the time. And of course, the game aggro's pretty shamelessly on whomever you're controlling. So if you just have Aerith,
it does. I figured Cloud would draw the... Well, there's provoke materia too, isn't there?
Yeah, but it's not very good. I mean, the AI, when it comes to...
Tried it.
Yeah, I've tried it. It's just not that good. Mostly because the enemy heavily aggroes the character you're controlling anyways. So it's kind of pointless. Like, it's almost a fault with the AI how much it naturally does that. Because if you're doing, like, the hard fights at the end, you can just switch to Barret, cast Barrier on him, cast Regen on him, and block. And the enemy is just going to sit there wasting its time, and as soon as his ATB bars are full, which goes really fast with some materia you can get, you just switch to Tifa and then command Barret as AI to use some of his more powerful attacks when the enemy switches his AI. That's basically what you do. You just switch between Tifa and Barret, favoring playing Barret when you can, but you want to use their ATB bars. And
so why Tifa?
Because she does a lot more damage than Cloud. Cloud is really good at everything. He's a good off mage, he's a good damager, he's good at inflicting stagger, but he's not the best at any of it. So when you've got access to the other 3, like, you'll use Barret to tank, and as soon as the enemy you're fighting is staggered, you want to switch to Tifa really quick and use her, like, key abilities, Omni Strike and shit. And, like, you're probably not... You haven't seen peak version of any of these characters. The rate at which Tifa's ATB bar fills when you invest in some, like, speed buffs on her weapons and shit like that is utterly absurd. She can basically just sit there and keep using that focus strike ability over and over and over again on a pressured enemy, because each hit with it nearly fills an ATB bar. So basically, some enemies just stagger and go through their stagger animation really quickly, and she can unleash on them and just hit them for thousands and thousands of damage. And that's just something Cloud can't do. He can't heal as good as Aerith. He can't inflict stagger or damage as much as Tifa can. He can't block and tank as well as Barret, and he can't target specific enemy parts as well as Barret. So he was just kind of the odd man out for me. I know the other people on Gamer Guides ended up going with Barret, Cloud, and Aerith. So this isn't like set in stone, but I didn't really want to have to get good and time my casting of like Mana Wall to absorb attacks. I was like, why don't I just use Barret and have him tank everything and use Lifesaver when the enemy's about to hit me with a big attack? And then if Barret dies because he's absorbing everyone else's damage, oh well. Raises 7 magic points and he'll be back instantly, so not really a problem. So that's what I did, and I got the fucking best accessory in the game on my first try, so couldn't have gone that poorly. So, I really like the combat. I really don't like the mini games. I think there's just so much filler.
The first one is the darts, right? That's not bad. It's easy.
Fuck you. I hate you. I hate that mini game.
What? I got it on my second try. On my third try. Not bad.
You're basically fucking Ari. Ari's like, yeah, that one is easy. But I think I'm correct. Correct me if I'm speaking for you, Ari, but I had a lot more trouble with darts than I did with squats. I guess we'll get Greg's opinion of squats here soon, but
yeah, I still haven't gone back to that yet.
You haven't done the squats yet?
No, he's right there. You're just a little bit
I'm worried because we played a way out and I failed on that whole.
No, it's nothing similar. It's not mashy at all. So.
Oh, that's good.
It's pressing.
I used to be really good at mashy things. I don't know. I'm getting old, I guess.
It's pressing buttons and rotation. A pretty stable, predictable rotation. So, like you'll build up a rhythm. I bet Jared could do that shit in his sleep. I doubt Jared having any. I've seen his fucking Miku shit. If he can do that, he can do any of these fucking timing mini games in Final Fantasy VII. But like to do the darts, I have to put the controller on the table and use like my thumb and forefinger on the analog stick. Because I just use my thumb. I'm like a drunken monkey.
You know how they have those pressure sensitive, like in The Witcher, between walking and running.
Yeah.
You just want to walk really slowly. You just barely touch it. That's how you get good in darts. You barely touch that thing to guide it to where you want it, right before it's ready to focus.
Yeah, I just don't have the light touch to do it, apparently.
Fuck that darts mini game.
Rebecca's right at chapter 3. She hasn't tried it yet, though.
I tried it on his game.
I've been doing something weird. I've been. Well, I don't know if it's weird for me. I've been rotating between Final Fantasy VII and Chaos Child.
I saw you playing Chaos Child, so
yeah.
I wanted to ask you about that. Do you want to switch to that now?
That game is so fucked up.
In a good way, or in a?
It's like, oh, you can tell right away. Like, these are the people from Steins Gate. You can tell right away. The writing is so good. The storytelling is so good. If anything, they're like doing way more cliffhangers with this one. Like when they not even when they switch between chapters, because like I just got to the second chapter. The first one took forever to get to, or to get through. And yeah, you can. It's really good. You're basically this, from what I can tell. Short story summary here. You're basically this newspaper club. You're high schoolers, right? So you're a little younger than the kids from Steins Gate.
Yeah.
Because he was like, they were in college, right?
Yeah, I guess. What's his name? Rintaro or whatever.
Yeah,
I think he was like 20 or something. Maybe even 19.
20, 21. I can't remember.
I think he was in that range.
But they were entering college and stuff, and he was doing like thesis paperwork and shit. Well, this is a group of high school newspaper kids who are investigating strange murders. I guess this has happened before, like 7 years ago, after a earthquake, and just like the most bizarre murders you've ever seen.
Greg, there's a legendary Scorch Beast. Where are you?
Oh, is there? Are we even in the same?
Oh,
I didn't want the legendary Scorch Beast. We want to nuke a Fisher site and kill the Scorch Beast queen that comes out of it.
By want to do that, you mean like eventually, someday, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay.
It might be harder than level. Well, no. I was gonna say it might be harder than level 100, but I don't think so.
You also mentioned getting a lot of lead somewhere.
Yep. Shoot, what was it? Some lonely mine or something like that? Lonely hole mine, something.
Oh man, I'm still gonna get murdered by this thing. Whatever, I'll just respawn.
So the world I'm in just got the Feed the People event, so I'm staying here for right now.
Ah, okay.
But yeah, so they, like, high school kids are exploring these murders, and that's about as far as I've gotten.
But it's good so far, so I don't have to regret buying it twice before playing it once.
Oh no, it's really good. You bought it twice?
Well, they had it cheaper on disc for an EU import, so I was like, fuck it, I'll spend the, what, $12 to get it? And then they had it on sale on PSN for like $10, and I was like, oh, you know what? I have problems, you know this.
Yeah, yeah. It's a long story though, of course. I mean, go through it once and then, you know, don't care about the second time, I get it, but...
I mean, I'm not planning on skipping through it, and I can't even skip through Steins Gate even though I played it. Because I have problems.
Speaking of skipping through things, Ari.
Yo.
Winter Night Dream?
Winter's Daydream.
Yeah, that's it. Yep, got platinum.
Oh, Jesus.
Nice.
I refuse to pay that much for one platinum. For a game that I don't think is probably very good. Actually, I think Ari said it was alright.
Yeah, it
It's
wasn't bad. There's worse.
That's...
Like football game.
Well, football game might give you 2 platinums for $2, so...
Yeah, it does, so...
Although I couldn't find it on the PlayStation Store, so... I'm gonna have to figure out how I want to actually install it. So, is that all for Chaos Child and Final Fantasy VII? I mean, you seem to be enjoying Final Fantasy VII. You said you don't have any in place.
that game is very pretty. I'm liking it so far. I like the fact that it's not a pure copy of the original.
It couldn't have been anyways.
There's a lot of new stuff. There's a lot of side quests. Most of the side quests are, you know, garbage, but whatever.
Anyone wanting a pure remake was just being silly. I mean, there's no way it could have happened.
Hey, you should come join me. There's like 2 other people here helping.
I'm trying to defeat this stupid thing. Of course, I don't have Radaway hotkeys, so this is probably not going to go well. Surprised it hasn't managed to kill me yet. Oh well, I'll risk it. I mean, I don't like the filler. Once you've played through it, you get really sick of the walk and talk segments. They're fine the first time through because they add a lot of character. Like, they did a really good job of building up some of these characters.
But you're saying you're going through the hard mode second time through. Yeah, like I'm playing it, and as I'm playing it, I'm thinking to myself, this is going to fucking suck on hard mode.
There's just like a lot of places.
Spaces they make you fucking crawl through.
I was just gonna say.
All the slow, you can't. There's portions where you can't even fucking run.
Yeah. Sometimes you just have to talk to people without being able to skip, and it gets really, really fucking tedious, and you become really keenly aware of how much filler is in that fucking game.
There's a lot of padding. Yeah.
Like, I liked in
Derek's house, you have to walk up to the top floor and then walk down from the
no, just remember when you got out of the scrapyard in Chapter 8, the whole walk through the slums where Eris was talking to every fucking kid she could find.
Yeah, they're just trying to show you
torture.
How much they depend on her. They like her.
I get it, but torture.
I fucking get it. I get it. They love her there. They need her. She's a really good person. I get it.
Yes. And it's character building. I really like Chapter 6, too. Like, occasionally they'll just fucking torture you with goddamn minigame after minigame. Like, the end of Chapter 3 to the beginning of throughout Chapter 4 was just like, oh my fucking god, can I just play the fucking game? And then you get to Chapter 5 and 6, and you're just going through dungeons with a full party of people, and you're like, finally! I mean, was it this fucking hard to give me more of this? So, that's some of my gripes with the game. Ari, I imagine, has more substantive gripes considering he stopped playing it.
I'm just not into it right now.
Rebecca? Oh, sorry. Yeah, he got to Chapter 9. I guess found his interest drawn somewhere else.
That's right where I'm at.
Yep. Wait. Oh. 25 most brutal bosses from Final Fantasy VII Remake? How many more are there? I don't even think there's 25. Whatever. Fucking weirdos. It's an article
What are they
on
considering
Facebook.
bosses?
I don't know, and I don't want to click on it.
Everything. That's fine.
I'm not going to a site called...
every stronger enemy that you have on a side quest.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where are you at? Modify. Repair. Tell you what, having to repair your fucking rifle in the middle of a fight with a Deathclaw, or not Deathclaw, Scorch Beast is kind of lame. That made me sad. So I guess I'll go join Greg's game. Because I don't think I'm going to kill this thing.
Hey, you're gonna get experience food if you join my game.
Okay. So I didn't plan on talking about this game, but I think I'll talk about it since we're going over the shit we played. Everyone knows that I have many problems, but one of them is the Saints Row franchise. I love Saints Row 3 and 4 to pieces, to the point where it becomes a financial liability. And I pre-ordered their
Sounds
remaster. It's fair. It's a fair assessment.
Three.
They have a remaster for Saints Row the Third that just came out this week. I pre-ordered it because I wasn't expecting much, but I was like, you know what? I like this fucking game. I can platinum it. I have a fuck ton of fun playing it. It's one of my chill games, right? I love it to absolute bits, except for some of the side activities like Trailblazing and Guardian Angel and Escort. You know what you are, and you know why you suck. But I start playing this remaster, and guys, it is fucking gorgeous. Like, they put in a lot of goddamn work into this remaster. And some news feed caught my attention about Warcraft 3, and I was just sitting there, it just struck me. Like, Blizzard sucks so much worse at this company. Fuck, what are they called? I need to check on my page. Spare Us something. No one's ever heard of them, but I checked out their webpage because they did such a good fucking job with this remaster. And apparently they've worked on all kinds of shit. Spare Us Soft. And they did so much of a better job than almost every other company does with remasters. It is mind-boggling how much better they made this game look.
It is
Except for Blue Point was pretty good, when they did remasters.
Don't they do remakes, or?
Well, they did now they're doing remakes, but before they did remasters.
I would say, like, Blue Point is number one, and until I see anything different, Sparesoft is number two. At least with this one. I think it may well be, if not the best, one of the best remasters on the PlayStation 4. Whether the game is worth your time or not, much less $40, is another story. It's still Saints Row the Third, warts and all, but those warts, now they have hair coming out of them, and they look fucking really wart-like.
Wow.
So, I mean, compared to the original was a fairly ugly PlayStation 3 game, and I will sacrifice graphics, right, if I get character creation options, because I know there's a trade-off to be had, and I'm fine with it. It happens. But it was an ugly PS3 game, and now it's an ugly PS4 game, with all that entails. It looks many times better. Lighting engine, they retextured basically everything in that guide, or game. Like, original things used to just have shitty little, like, clothing. Used to have, like, basic matte coloring. It was very cartoonish. Now they have textures, and it doesn't look weird like it does sometimes when they do that shit. I can't praise this enough. It's a really good remaster. That's all I really, I guess if I had to put a exclamation point on it, it'd be that. Definitely worth a buy for like $20, I think, if you're curious.
And leeway into remasters.
Yay!
Oh yeah.
I've heard there's another one that got released just recently, last week. Mafia 2, which I heard was absolute shit.
Uh-oh, what's wrong with it?
Bugs. They said it's like the definition of a lazy remaster. I've seen screenshots, and I mean, they improved the visuals a little bit, but I've heard it has a lot of bugs and shit like that.
I mean, I'll be fair. The Saints Row the Third crashed on me once. And I don't know if that's the remaster or if that's just Saints Row the Third. Because it could be either or both. But, haven't really encountered anything too troublesome with it thus far.
Yeah, I've heard. I mean, I think Push Square gave the Mafia 2 Definitive Edition, is what it's called, a 4 out of 10.
Oh wow, that's bad. I think the Saints Row remaster is something like out of 7, and I know IGN kind of shat on it, but Digital Foundry praised it just effusively. And I mean, you can choose who you trust more, Digital Foundry or IGN. You know, too much water, or let's take an in-depth look at the fucking performance of a game. Yeah, it's kind of up in the air. It could go either way.
I mean, they also bundled Mafia 3 into a Game of the Year edition. And if you own the game on PSN or any other platform, you got the upgrade to the Definitive Edition for free.
See, I don't know if I don't think I do.
It was a PS Plus game in, I think, August or September 2018.
I wonder if that's one of the ones I missed somehow. Oh well, because it wasn't.
You get all the DLC for free.
Well, maybe Rebecca has it.
And I think there's 3 story DLCs that have trophies.
Speaking of other shit that's free on PSN, they have Final Fantasy XIV for free right now. What's it, the Starter Edition?
Yeah.
Yeah, Alex said he downloaded it.
Yeah, I saw him trying to solicit fans for his streams.
I think Ari must have downloaded it too.
He finally got 50 people.
Yeah, I mean, I thought about giving it a try for the podcast, because apparently once you start it, you have a month for free. But I know Greg already played it, so I kind of just doubted Greg would want to fuck with it again. And also, I mean, I don't want to spend that much fucking time on a game. I absolutely am going to refuse to fucking pay for a subscription, so... I mean, I guess we could get a few podcasts out of it if everyone wanted, but... I don't have any long-term plans when it comes to something like that. Rebecca outright refused to download it earlier. She's like, that's how they get ya!
Yeah, that is how they get you.
It's probably, like, when it comes to paid MMO subscriptions, probably one of the best.
Yeah, I just... Then I'll think about the fact that I'm not playing it whenever I'm not playing it, and that I'm paying for it when I'm not playing it, and it just fucks. I don't like it.
I've never been to this Lucky Hole mine. I'm on my way to go discover it.
Oh.
Which means you can just teleport to me, you lucky.
Sounds like a plan.
Yeah, you can't keep going.
So, Rebecca, do you care to say anything about the Saints Row the Third remaster? Because people know I'm hyperbolic, but maybe you're a little more even-minded.
I said it looks beautiful.
There were some downsides to it, though. I've been playing the same character on that game for nearly a decade now. And I recreated her faithfully based off of a video I have on YouTube where I created her. And she looked a little weird, what with the new skin textures and new lighting model they have. So I had to go tweak some things to make her less weird looking, because back when they had a less sophisticated lighting engine, some things that normally didn't stand out now stand out. So that was a bit odd.
Yeah, I helped him to make her look less fucking weird.
Less goofy. She is my chaperone when it comes to character creation. That's why we tend to do a lot of those character creation videos, or at least we did in the day.
Back in our day.
Back in our day. We did that for Fallout 4. We sat there for like an hour and made 2 characters.
There's friendly NPCs here. This is weird.
I don't like it. Kill him.
That seems like a bad idea.
And you can't actually attack him. Hey, power armor. What the fuck are you cooking food for? God damn it. Alright, let's get into some new... Well, Jared, Ari, have you played anything this last week worth talking about?
I started Dragon's Dogma.
Ari.
What'd you do that for?
I just got to Grand Soren and changed to Assassin. That's all I've done so far.
What level did you hit Grand Soren at?
I actually got there at level 9, but
Nice.
the quest to escort the ox, once that cleared, it put me up to level 11.
Yeah, it happens. It's pretty tricky.
As long as you're about in that area, you're pretty good, though.
I love that game to pieces. It also got a pretty good remaster on the PS4, I have to say. Although, I'm not sure how much it was elevated by being remastered as much as it was just so fucking ugly last gen that doing any amount of work makes it look better. They upscaled it to like 1080 and made it full screen, which is a huge improvement. On PC... What's that?
Mine? In the tunnel key?
Maybe. On PC, like, you can run that fucking game at 60 frames per second on a toaster, so it's even better, but it's not bad. The PS4 version isn't bad. Hell, even the Switch version isn't that bad. I went to some place called the Big Bend Tunnel. I wonder if that's where we're supposed to go. Play anything else, Ari?
Not really.
Alright. Jared, you got anything? Nope. Well, okay then. Let's get on to some news. Gamescom 2020 digital event is set for August 27th to the 30th. Anyone else sick of these fucking digital events? Like, I feel like we've had 30 of them announced.
We don't have an E3 and everybody's doing their own digital event, right?
It makes sense.
I mean, it's Gamescom, so there's going to be one anyways, but this is usually like the solidly after E3 event, and now it's just like, there's so fucking many of them. I don't even care. Like, they're going to announce all the shit ever, and I'm just not going to pay attention because I'm not going to know which one is the one where they're announcing anything. Because everyone's fucking doing it now.
Yeah, that's what happens.
Well, the one event I'm looking forward to is, it's called New Game Plus. It's in June, I think.
Who's hosting that one? Or?
I don't know who's hosting it, but, I know Sega's going to be there, Atlas, West, NIS America.
Oh, right, that's where
that.
they're going to announce a Persona 5 spin-off and Persona 6 and Persona, what?
Yeah.
2 and 3 remakes.
Quote-unquote leaks.
Oh, yeah.
I think one thing for sure we'll see there is Persona 5 Scramble release date or something.
Yeah, probably. If I had a pin... Okay, there was a leak that said we were going to see, like, another Persona 5 spin-off and Persona 6 and remakes of some of the first Persona games, and it's like, okay, if you're gonna lie, whatever, right? Pick one. But no one's believing that Atlas is just gonna, notoriously lethargic Atlas, is gonna dump that much fucking Persona on us in one day. Hey, evil MTG, what's up? Does the MTG stand for Magic the Gathering? Because if it does, I'd have words.
Oh, I think that's my roommate, dude.
That's your roommate?
Yeah.
Oh god, you roped him into this? Why would you do that to him?
He wanted to get into Twitch and start streaming stuff, so...
Well, why the fuck is he watching us? We clearly don't know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Been doing this for years. We have
care.
98 followers. Come on.
Yeah.
But,
Well, we can learn what not to do.
There you go. Okay, this will be instructive.
Yeah, well, use Twitch as a excuse to play multiplayer games. I guess that's what not to do.
We have to. It's like our something brain fart. I don't know.
Yeah.
Something we have to do.
So yeah, that first rumor got narrowed down to a second rumor of a new Disgaea game being announced at this New Game Plus Expo thing. And then for the Atlas crowd, I think the Sega one had like a new Sonic game, which I don't think anybody would be surprised. And then Atlas had Persona 5 Scramble, which supposedly has a release date in August. Is what they're saying.
Sega making a Sonic game that's as good as this Outsider came in and did. That would be the surprise.
I mean, okay, I used to love Sonic as a kid. Now it's just like, it's been so sad for so long, and the best they've ever managed to do in 20 years is Sonic Mania, which is basically just, hey, let's do the shit that worked on the Genesis.
I have a funny story about Sonic in my childhood.
Go for it. Is it funnier than like I dreamed about, like I would turn into Sonic? Like I actively hope that this is a thing that would happen to me.
I don't want to picture that.
Hey, I was 8. Come on now.
But yeah. So I used to rent a lot of games as a kid, mostly Blockbuster, but a grocery store near me had some rental games sometimes, and Sonic 2 was kind of hard to get a hold of. And I used to call up all the time, like, oh, do you have Sonic 2 in? Do you have Sonic 2 in? So one time they had it in, I begged and cried my grandfather to take me there. It was cold out, living in fucking Pennsylvania.
Yeah, and that game came out in the fall, didn't it?
Yeah, something like that. So yeah, he was driving me. Somehow, like something like my glove got stuck on his seatbelt, and he was trying to pull it off, and he ended up getting an fender bender. Going to the grocery store to rent Sonic.
Look what you did to him. I remember when Sonic and Knuckles came out. I didn't rent games, but my friend Wesley did. And we went to the store together, and we were kind of hoping it was there, but we weren't really going crazy, because it was hard to find gaming news back then, man. We're talking like 93 or whatever it was.
Yeah.
So you only had like a faint clue this shit existed. At least we did. And we went there and we saw it on the shelf, and we both dove for it, and we were just like fucking happy as shit, rolling around on the ground because we were able to get this copy of this game. It was great. And we played it, and it was great. And then Sega spent the next 20 years murdering my childhood. To the point where I kind of just wish they'd put Sonic out to pasture. Like, let him appear in Mario Racing or some shit. And call it a career. Smash, I don't know.
When my brother bought the Sega Genesis that he wasn't supposed to buy.
And then wasn't allowed to play it for a year?
It came with Sonic 1. And I was lucky enough that my mom liked Sonic, so she would go to the stores and she would look for discount games, and so she bought all the Sonic games after that automatically, like, without waiting. The Sonic 2, we got it, about when it was released. The Sonic 3 and Sonic and Knuckles. Didn't have to beg for those. But we rented games too, and that's how we found out about new games. And if we enjoyed the game and we got our mom to like the game, she would go and buy it. She would go find it at like a discount resale game store. I can't remember what that game store was called. It was something like Rewind Games or some shit. That was near where I lived. And she would just come home with video games.
Y'all were fucking spoiled as children. That's all I got to say. I think I got
didn't
one new game.
games.
I got one new game before I started buying them for myself, and that was Sonic the Hedgehog 3, and I had to go through communion to get that game. Of course,
I got that for Christmas.
I had one Super Nintendo game growing up.
Oh man. Okay, maybe Jared wasn't that spoiled.
Fucking Mega Man Soccer.
Oh wow, really? Jeez. That's extra bad because like the Super Nintendo had a library of everything, and that's the game you had.
Yeah, I think I was more into the Genesis back then.
Dude, I totally was too.
I used to fucking love the sports games.
Oh.
The only new games we got were the Sonic games. Everything else was from that secondhand store. And we were in the Genesis a little bit late to the games, so there were all kinds of the first round of Genesis games in that Rewind store. So my mom was able to get them for like a few dollars.
I think I got a Genesis at a pretty good time. I think it was, what, 91? Obviously not brand new, but it was still, still had a few years ahead of it where it was a big popular console. And my mom would go and buy discount games, so I had shit like, what was it? Not F-Zero. Maybe it was F-Zero. It was some, like, Top Gun ripoff game for the Genesis. And I got another discounted game, Biohazard Battle, which was actually really good. I never owned shit like Shining Force, though. I would have loved it, but... And my favorite game on the Genesis, Phantasy Star 5? Absolutely not. That motherfucking thing was $100 when it came out. No way.
Four?
Or four, yeah. No, that was not happening. So, I remember I got some Genesis games. Like, I had some Madden game that was really good. I can't remember which one. Something like Quarterback Club, I think? Maybe it wasn't Madden. I don't know what it was.
Yeah, I remember Madden 92 was fucking really good.
Yeah, it did have some good sports games before they started overthinking it.
Yeah.
And then just iterating it.
I think I have like 20 Genesis games right now in my collection. Like 10 are sports games.
I mean, that's kind of representative of the Genesis, though, isn't it?
My biggest Genesis accomplishment was beating Ghouls and Ghosts.
Ooh, wow. No, that's a pretty good one.
Yeah.
That's more than I ever did. Oh, I had Sword of Vermilion as a kid.
Oh, that was a good one. I rented that a bunch of times.
Like, I rarely beat games back then. I don't know. Everyone talks about how great they were at gaming as a kid. I sucked at gaming until... Like, sucked as in relative for how much I suck now. Even compared to how much I suck now. I sucked even worse as a kid. Genie. Oh, well, nothing you did counted, did it?
No, I had a Game Genie on a Genesis, and I was like... I think it was a Kid Chameleon.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one.
I was like, yeah, fuck this, I'll use the Game Genie.
Yeah, no, I mean, like a lot of those games, they still hadn't gotten over that arcade game mentality, so...
Oh, yeah.
They wanted you to suffer playing their game. A lot of these developers.
I remember beating a bunch of NES games when I was little. I swear I remember beating the first 3 Ninja Gaiden games on NES.
That's more of an accomplishment than anything I did.
I don't think I could do that now. I can't remember if I beat the Ninja Turtles games on the first Ninja Turtles game.
What's the first game everyone remembers beating? Just curious.
Mario Brothers 1.
Oh, I mean, that's ancient. Was that Rebecca?
Sonic 1.
How old were you when you beat Sonic 1?
I don't know.
I think the first game I remember beating is Quest for Glory.
I'm going to say Adventure on Atari 2600. I think that was the first one I beat.
I wasn't counting Atari games, because a lot of them, you weren't really beating them.
Where the hell are you, Greg?
You beat levels. Like...
Well, Adventure wasn't...
Yar's Revenge a shit ton and was good at it.
No, well, Adventure was more of an RPG. It was pretty short, but it wasn't just a high score game or anything like that.
Yeah, I didn't have any of those types. I only had the high score.
But there was also like Raiders of the Lost Ark. That took a little while to beat. I think my brother showed me how to beat that. And I even beat E.T., believe it or not. I figured out how to beat that when I was a little kid.
Oh, God. Why would you put up with that?
Because I was like 3.
Okay. I don't think I beat Sonic the Hedgehog until I was a bit older. Like, I remember I came back from Germany and I played it again for some reason. Oh, right. Because we had the PlayStation packed up and they wouldn't let me unpack it for some fucking reason. So I was like, fine, I'll go back to Sega. This is in 2000. Oh, okay. I was wondering where you were. I didn't think you were in here anymore. And, I remember playing through Sonic 1, I was like, I remember this being a lot harder. And I beat it over the course of a day, and I was like, huh. Well, shit.
I was in grade school. I don't remember what grade though.
I mean, I didn't beat that many games as a kid. I beat Y-Barm, which no one's heard of, I know. Phantasy Star 5, Shining Force 1 and 2. Of course I mentioned Quest for Glory, Pool of Radiance.
I did have a Game Genie as a kid, but we mostly used it on Mortal Kombat in order to unlock all the different fatalities and stuff. Fatalities, babalities, all of that shit.
I never actually beat Mortal Kombat.
I can't remember.
Pick your favorite character, do high kicks.
I know.
But Shao Kahn is a fucking cheapskate.
Yeah, he is. He was. Wait, no, that was in the second game.
I can't remember.
Shang Tsung kept beating me.
I want to say I owned a Genesis version, but I can't remember if I had an SNES one too, which was shit.
Mortal Kombat, where you beat the sweat out of people. The old days. But yeah, God, what started all this? Fucking Sonic, man. I should still be excited for Sonic, but I just can't. Can't be anymore.
Fucking drowning music.
Well, that freaks Rebecca out.
Yeah, I don't like the drowning. Oh
god. So Greg, if you could choose remasters of what were they? Persona 1 and 2 or 2 and 3?
The rumors were remakes, I guess more remakes of 1 and 2.
Okay, pick one. Persona 6, remakes of 1 and 2, or a Persona 5 spin-off?
Greg, you can hear still?
Probably muted him, so.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably talking into the microphone.
That's a hard choice.
Is it?
Well, we'll just say there's already been 1, 2, 3 spin-offs of Persona 5 already.
Dancing. So, does Royale count as a spin-off?
No.
Okay.
Persona 5 Dancing.
Scramble.
I guess Scramble isn't really a spin-off.
It's a sequel, isn't it?
And then Persona Q2.
Oh, okay.
So if it's a new spin-off game, it will probably be a fighting game.
Oh, fuck it. Never mind.
Didn't they already have a fighting game?
Yeah, they have 2 Persona fighting games. But they're with characters from 3 and 4.
Ugh. That's what we're gonna get. We're gonna get a fucking Persona 5 fighting game. God damn it. Well, I'm gonna interrupt Greg and say, I pick Persona fucking 6. Let's move on with it.
Yeah, I think I'd like that too.
Well, see, the thing about this leak is that we know it's false about Persona 1 and 2 because Atlas doesn't know they exist.
I mean, it's almost completely bullshit. If it's not bullshit, the leak is going to be Persona 5 Scramble is getting localized to the West. So,
I mean, that's pretty much a given.
Yeah, I know. So it's not much of a leak, but if we're going to get anything, it's probably going to be that. I am become death. What are we doing, Greg? Are we doing anything?
The load-bearing event.
Oh. I don't even have that tracked or anything. Okay. New Super Lucky's Tale coming to PlayStation 4 and Xbox One. Let's see. New Super Lucky's Tale first launched for Switch in June 2019. It is a rebuilt and expanded version of the original game, Super Lucky's Tale, which was released for Xbox One and PC in 2017. So, we're getting the expanded version of the original Xbox game.
Yeah.
Stinks of cartoon platformer.
Yeah, pretty much. I heard it's pretty easy though. I should probably play it sometimes because I got the Switch version.
Ari's like, is there an easy platinum? Because...
Well, that's what Greg's thinking.
That's what they're both
I
thinking.
know this game is.
It'll probably release at $40 or $30.
Nah, it'll go down.
Because that's what this Switch version came out as, 40.
There are a lot of these mole fuckers here, that's for damn sure. Okay, Dark Souls series shipments and digital sales top 27 million. Dark Souls 3 is above 10 million. I'm a little bit surprised it's that low.
I've been playing that game recently.
Dark Souls 3, yeah. I heard.
I still haven't played a Souls game.
I bought it on launch day and I still haven't played it.
I have all of them.
Yeah, same here. It's just really hard to get into them.
Some of them.
Yeah. Maybe one day we'll get around to playing them. Maybe one day.
Well, I would want to start with Demon Souls. Even though I know that's janky as fuck.
That's going a bit far back. Maybe if they remaster it, I'll fuck with it again. I played it back in the day. It was alright. It was fine.
What are you talking about, Demon Souls?
Yeah.
Yeah, I beat that back in the day.
I'm a little surprised.
Have you played any of the Dark Souls, though?
Yeah, I beat Dark Souls 1. I started Dark Souls 2, but didn't get very far. And I have Dark Souls 3, but never really played it.
That's why they have so many sales. They've got a lot more sales than they've got players. There's like 10 fucking guys that are fanatical about those games. What's that, Rebecca?
Yeah, I remember.
I said I own a couple Dark Souls games and never played it.
I remember when I posted that story, Nathan was like, the first thing Nathan said was that, oh, The Witcher 3 outsold the Dark Souls series.
That's exactly what I was going to say. Like, I'm surprised it sold that low, because, like, the entire series has been outsold by The Witcher 3.
Yeah, that doesn't seem...
Hey, numbers don't lie.
I mean, I guess.
But...
You just hear, I mean...
And you can't even say, like, well, The Witcher 3 launched on every system. So did Souls. So did Souls. And Souls had a lot more fucking games. Fuck, it even had re-releases of games, so...
It's funny, I mean, the Souls series could have been a PlayStation exclusive.
Yeah.
Sony didn't want to localize Demon Souls.
Well, they did Bloodborne.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, after they learned their lesson.
Yeah, I guess, huh?
That was really stupid. I don't know, like, I'm going to be that guy. Dark Souls, they could have spent a little more effort refining the actual core gameplay, making it play like less rancid ass, and appealing to a wider audience base, instead of being this relatively niche game that, like I said, has 10 hardcore fans and everyone else is morbidly curious but not enamored about.
10 hardcore fans, huh?
Yeah.
Man, have you ever seen them run them at games done quick? Seems a lot more than 10.
No, it's 10. It's 10, and then just people who like to watch that shit that don't really care about the game.
I mean, those games are fun to watch on Twitch.
They are. But they're not that fun to play.
Those games are way better if you play co-op.
Yeah.
I mean, I've heard Dark Souls 2 is the least liked of the series.
I mean, they try to get clever, and they're like, we're not going to let you grind by making enemies despawn after so many kills. And everyone just went, oh, so you mean I can just keep murdering the same 3 guys over and over again so they can't ambush me on my way to the boss?
Well, one of those four lords that you have to kill in Dark Souls 2 is just like the easiest thing ever. You just grind him.
Yeah.
It's not even that hard.
They kind of just outsmarted themselves, is all they did.
In fact, you could grind him over and over to get the souls you need to get to the end of the game instead of fighting the other lords.
Well, that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it, Greg?
Yeah. That's what they do for the speed runs.
I remember I got to some statue bosses. You had to fight 2 or 3 of them? I can't remember. I got sick of trying to beat them.
Going to the Breach and Clear event now.
So why are we just doing random events?
I don't know, they popped up. You need to tell me what trophy quests you need.
Alright, I'll have to look at it. After I stash some shit. And read some more news! Phantasy Star Online 2 for PC launches May 27th in North America. Does this MMO have a subscription fee, or is this one of the free ones?
It's free to play.
Okay. Well, if it comes out on PS4, I'll consider it. Until then, fuck off.
Crazy thing is it's been out on PS4 in Japan since like 2013 or something.
It's like Dragon Quest X. It's like, why don't you fucking port the thing, goddammit?
Yeah.
Mafia Definitive Edition launches August 28th. Mafia 2 and 3 Definitive Editions are now available. We discussed those earlier. Womp womp.
Yeah, the first Mafia is a remake.
Well, hopefully they put some more work into it. We had another game come out that got a bit of a womp womp. Maneater. Game I was looking at very closely. I expected it to be in the 70s. Would have been ecstatic if it hit the 80s. It's sitting at a 69 Metascore, so looks like it's underperforming a bit. From all I've heard, it's a bit shallow in its mechanics.
Repetitive is what I heard.
Yeah. It still looks like stupid fun. I'll probably still buy it at some point, but...
I mean, but so is Dynasty Warriors.
That's true, that's true. And they always get low Metascores, too. And most of the time they don't deserve it, except for 9. Why
6.
did they do that? Oh, yeah, fucking 6. That nearly ruined the franchise. Actually, it did. I didn't buy another one for years and years after 6, because they like gave everyone cookie-cutter weapons and redesigned them, and I'm like, this isn't my Dynasty Warriors. I was able to get Rebecca on board pretty easily, too. I just had to show her Lu Bu, and I was like, hey, look, he fights with a blade ring now. And she was like, fuck this shit.
Yeah.
Lu Bu has a halberd, and that's it. Everything else is wrong and evil. I've got a lot of purified water, don't I?
I played the hell out of the Dynasty Warrior series.
Played? You stopped?
I put maybe like 5 hours into Dynasty Warriors 9. I'm like, you know what?
You're a trooper. You're a trooper. I mean, I haven't even played it yet. I should, just to see how bad it is. But it's all the way over there, and I've got so much other shit to play that's not bad. So... I have a stealth boy. Why does all this shit weighing so much? Oh, man. Alright, what other news we got? Yeah, I'll probably still buy Maneater when it's cheap. It's just...
Yeah, I'll probably get it like when it's $20.
Yeah, not for the price they're asking for it, though. I can get rid of some of this stuff, although I'm gonna have to slow walk it, I guess. Okay, let me do some inventory management while Greg's busy clearing events. And read some more news. This is what I consider bad news. This is a bit subjective, but PlayStation Now has doubled its user base over the last year. And this is why gamers can't have nice things, like ownership. Because people have to fucking pay for streaming shit instead of actual things they kind of own. It's been available for 6 years? Jesus. Notably, in September 2018, subscribers were given the option to download games for offline play. I mean, that's just such the bare minimum. It took them 4 years to give this basic fucking thing. Embarrassing. Oh, I don't need that. Wait. So that'd be $28.46? I need to consider you more. Oops, that's not. Has anyone here subscribed to PlayStation Now? Just curious. Anyone here destroying the gaming industry as we know it?
I think I used a free trial one time to test something out.
I just don't trust it. Hey, I do have access to Mafia 3. Cool.
Yeah, that's what I remember. That's what I did. That was before I got the Elgato. I used a free trial on PlayStation Now. Downloaded a PS3 game and see if I could record. Used a PS4 recording to do that, and it didn't work.
Yeah. That seems a bit... wonder why that wouldn't work.
I don't know. It's weird. I mean, you can't take screenshots of PSP games on the Vita.
Oh, yeah. It's all goofy. I don't know. Something doesn't make any sense. NetEase Games announces Norse mythology-themed open-world adventure game, The Ragnarok, for console, PC, iOS, and Android. Isn't this the game we got some quote-unquote gameplay of, Jared?
Yeah.
Pre-rendered character just running through a field, nothing happening.
Yep.
Look, when a game says it's for iOS and they try to show me, like, third-person ARPG combat, I call it bullshit, right? You're not fucking fooling me. Because once you're on a phone, you have to be able to be played with, like, 2 fucking fingers. You're not doing very much with that. And also, fucking NetEase.
Yep. If you don't know who NetEase is, they're the ones who's making Diablo Immortal.
Ugh. They're a Chinese company, right?
Yep.
Fucking Chinese. Can't talk too much shit. I'm buying a Chinese TV here, so we'll see how bad it is. New Game Plus Expo Showcase set for June 23rd, featuring 14 Japan-centric publishers. We talked about this earlier. I'm not going to read them all out. Also heard about some of the rumors, so make of that what you will.
Yeah, Greg, I've heard that same rumor had a new Danganronpa game.
It's been a while since they released one, hasn't it?
Yeah. Well, I know the creator made that dungeon RPG called Zonkeys or something like that.
Oh. Fucking Japan. How do I have so much Radaway diluted? Jesus, no wonder I'm so fucking over encumbered. Anyways. Hey! More xenophobia for everybody. Tencent acquires rights to System Shock 3. This game has been in so much development hell. Do we even need to hear any more news about it, really? Like, as far as I'm concerned, it's fucking vaporware until it's on store shelves. Digital or physical. So, I mean, I like System Shock, but I'm writing this one off. It says at the end of the Gamatsu article, the current status of System Shock 3 remains unclear. You don't say. Right, Rebecca?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly. You're a legendary. Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of my quad barrel shotgun.
Going back to my camp.
Oh, you're still playing. Okay.
Yeah, I was just muted. I was eating some pizza.
Oh, okay.
I thought it sounded like you were nomming and stuff.
Nom 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 nom. Pizza, Rebecca. That's what we should have had.
Nom nom nom.
Rebecca
I had
made
pizza for dinner too.
See, now we gotta have a pizza later. I'm not hungry, but it has to be done.
I had sausage and peppers for dinner.
That's kind of close. Rebecca made pizza noodles yesterday. That's the best I can describe it. You care to describe the dish and/or process, Rebecca?
I took bow tie noodles and put homemade pizza sauce on top, and then I put mozzarella and Mexican cheese on top of that. Then I broiled it for a little bit. Then I added pepperoni on top of that and broiled that.
So kind of like a pizza casserole.
Kinda, but I did it in a skillet, so it was the size of the plate. So it's like a personal pan pizza made out of pasta. It was really fucking good.
It was pretty good. I started eating it before I thought about taking a picture of it, so at best we have Rebecca's plate. Legendary exchange. Yay. Okay, let me go see what quests I have left. Maybe I can get some trophies out of this debacle of a game. Recruitment blues? Heart of the enemy? Let me write these down. We're so lucky to have Greg here. Didn't think they'd been around that long. Plan 109. Nope, not a lot going on here.
They're selling the instruction manual for $300.
Eat a fucking bag of soggy dicks.
Fucking hell, man.
Yeah, it looks like if you want one that isn't a repro, you're going to pay $650 plus.
I agree with Nathan's statement.
Yeah,
New
right.
listing: Shantae Nintendo Game Boy Color VGA 85 Plus Gold Grade New Sealed Uber Rare. $10,000 they are trying to sell this for.
Yeah, you're not selling it that much. Fucking
Yeah, I see the manual there.
the fucking Nintendo Championship game that's like real rare goes for like 20,000.
Fuck off. That's ridiculous.
Yep, fucking scalpers.
Greg, you could help starving children in Africa instead of buying that Shantae game.
You could help starving children in Africa instead of buying any game.
True, but then I won't get to play my video games. Yours is going to sit on a shelf. Get an emulator, my dude.
The last thing I bought is a bunch of PS4 games. So.
Did you buy some stuff from GameStop?
Yeah, they're buy two get one.
Yeah,
I got Code Vein. Well, you knew that already.
Yeah, you told me at Code Vein.
Fuck, what else did I get? Why can't I remember these things? Mega Man Zero Collection. Oh, and Contact. Or Control.
Control. Yeah, I still haven't, like... I know Jared got that Steelbook. I should have done that back when it was somewhat affordable last year. I still haven't seen it go below $30. I could have sworn that was one of those games that would go down in price, but it didn't really.
Oh, Control?
Yeah. It's still sitting at like $30
for like 23 or 24 on a PSN sale.
Yeah.
Yeah, but Nathan wants a physical.
Yeah, I want a disc, yeah. Most I've seen it is $30 new, so...
Yeah, that's what it was, so I jumped on it.
Yeah.
I don't know why, for some reason, Code Vein does not look good to me.
It looks fine to me. I don't know. It was okay.
Dark Souls.
I've seen so much of Dark Souls games on. I watch on Twitch, and Code Vein looks weird.
It's nowhere near as difficult as Dark Souls games from what I played. I only played the demo, but it didn't really... If I can beat the boss on the first try, it's probably not that hard of a game. Just my guess. But we'll have to play that sometime, Greg. For you run off and cavort with Alex again. In which case, I'll just play with Rebecca, because she's got a copy.
He's doing Minecraft Dungeons, which he can now talk about.
Yes, that game comes out... I thought he was doing Maneater.
Yes and yes.
How's he writing two games that are out simultaneously?
I mean, that's his job now, right?
I guess. Yeah, it comes out Tuesday, and I'm wondering, like, Jared brought it up, I'm sure he didn't bring it up for no reason, and Greg has been asking about it, whether it's going to be a podcast game, so, is it going to be a podcast game? What are we going to do with that?
I mean, I might get it.
Because it's coming out, it's going to be $20, Jared said.
I think, yeah, that's what I was reading, $20.
And I can be a cheap fuck and just get one copy, and Rebecca and I can both play off of that. If we want to. Right, Rebecca?
I think.
Oh, are you talking about the Minecraft thing?
The Diablo Minecraft game, yeah.
I'll get it if you guys get it.
Because I'm pretty sure I can buy it, and Rebecca can just... If she switches primary accounts... Well, no, she can just play it on my PlayStation. Whatever, we can figure it out. We really only need to buy one copy of it. Of course, we'd have to see how many people can even play it at once. I think it's 4 players max.
Yeah, 4.
We would always
Somebody would have to sit out.
We would always do 3-2 or whatever. Or someone could just sit out.
But Nathan.
Or that.
And Nathan can work on fucking Persona.
I can work on Persona. Sit there and tippity type while trying to talk.
There's another game that's coming out this week that looks real good.
What is that?
I think it's Bug Fables or something like that.
Oh, that one.
Bug Fables.
Yeah, it's a Paper Mario-esque game.
Yeah, they were talking about that one. Well, then that Paper Mario came out and kind of stole all its thunder, right?
Yeah.
Oh, shit, I died.
I mean, Bug Fables
the trailer
has been out. Bug Fables has been out on PC for a while.
Oh no, I guess I'll just have to spawn right here again. What a shame.
I want to say RPG site just reviewed Bug Fables for the consoles and gave it like a 9 out of 10.
RPG site. Oh, let's see. Oh. The Everlasting Sapling? That's the game.
Mm-hmm.
And its Metascore on PC, apparently it came out a year ago on PC, is 86. Only 4 reviews, though, so take that for what it is. They have to have a Steam listing, then, don't they? Only 760 reviews on Steam, but it's 98% positive. So, yeah, sounds like people like it.
Yeah, I think that's $25.
That's a bit much. It'll go down in price. The hell was that? It's pretty bad when smoke effects on Fallout 76 look worse than they do on Saints Row the Third. Like, that's downright embarrassing. Serious Sam 4... Oh, go on. Oh, okay. You're still playing Bethesda. This game is so terrible. Serious Sam 4 launches in August for PC and Stadia. I don't know why they're getting away with pretending it's its own platform, because it's really not. I mean, I guess you can buy a box for it, but... fuck would you buy a streaming box just so you can... whatever. Anyways. It's going to set you back $40, and in case of Stadia, that's $40, so then you can have the privilege of streaming it. A deluxe edition, which includes a copy of the game and the digital deluxe pack, will also be available for $50. This means it's going to get a physical release on PC? That's weird. The digital deluxe packs includes a Serious Sam digital art book, digital soundtrack, and Tommy Gun classic weapon skin. A Devolver digital representative told Kotaku that Serious Sam 4 is still coming to Xbox One and PlayStation 4 after its period of exclusivity is over with Stadia. That's fine. We can give you the good old Tomb Raider treatment and buy you when you cost nothing. If anyone is even going to bother, honestly. It's Serious Sam. We do have one major victory for consumers recently. Doom Eternal is backtracking their de novo DRM. Because of fan complaints, they released a post on Reddit and was covered in all the journalist sites, and look at that. Online bitching once again succeeds at something. Despite our best intentions, feedback from players made it clear we must reevaluate our approach to anti-cheat integration. With that, we will be removing the anti-cheat technology from the game in our next PC update. As we examine the future of anti-cheat in Doom Eternal, at a minimum, we must consider giving the campaign only players the ability to play without anti-cheat software installed, as well as ensure the overall timing of any anti-cheat integration better aligns with player expectations around clear initiatives. Like ranked or competitive play, where demand for anti-cheat is far greater. So hey, look at that. No more anti-cheat in Doom Eternal. No more de novo, I should say. I'm sure it's coming back in some form. PlayStation licensed racing cockpit manufacturer suggests Gran Turismo 7 will launch in 2020. I guess Sony just can't help but put out a failed racing game at the start of each console generation, can they?
How's there only 2 player shops?
I don't know. This one kind of sucks.
Oh, no, there's 3.
And the other one didn't have any, like, only one of them has any plans, and the one I went to didn't have any serums. I would totally buy a fucking kangaroo shit if they had it anywhere.
Anywhere at all, yeah.
You're supposed to be able to buy them from the Enclave, but I don't know where from.
The medical bay, but they're super expensive.
How much?
I think it is like 4,000 plus caps.
Oh Jesus, I'm almost there. Might as well fucking consider it. Oh yeah, the quests I have to do are... Let me see if I actually have any of them started. Oh, Recruitment Blues. I don't have that one. Heart of the Enemy. Don't have that one started. Key to the Past. Coming to Fruition. And Scorched Earth. Alright, let me look at where I can start Recruitment Blues.
I'm pretty sure Recruitment Blues is the easiest on there by far.
Fort Defiance. So I gotta go to Fort Defiance.
Yeah, this world sucks, man.
Well, not bad if I'm trying to complete side quests. Wait. Why does that look familiar? That looks really familiar. Well, I've already been there, so... whatever. Okay. A Fairy Tail game has been delayed to July 30th in Europe and Japan, and to July 31st in North America.
Oh, no shit.
Why?
Alex was supposed to write for that one too. He's been watching the anime to get ready for it.
Jesus fucking Christ. Well, it's a terrible fucking anime, that's for sure.
Why is that?
It's basically One Piece with a lot more fan service and a lot less substance.
Yeah. Deus Ex Machina everywhere.
The power of friendship!
I'd agree with that.
I just summed it up.
I watched a number of episodes.
Yeah, I read the entire manga.
I tolerated it for... God, we got to that arc where they were in the tournament. That wizard tournament, I don't know. That's pretty far in. But... it insulted my intelligence one too many times. Rebecca can tell you, I was just like, nope, we're fucking done with this. I turned it off mid-episode, we're fucking done. Not watching this anymore. Because they had, what are those two dragon dudes and fucking Natsu and that other guy, what was his name? The black-haired one that used to be an enemy, but now is a friend, because that's what they always do.
or something.
Yeah. And they had been building up these two fucking other mages like threats, and then Natsu fucked over a Gajeel so he could fight the two guys at once, and then he beat them both, and it's like, no, I'm fucking done. I'm done. I'm not fucking doing any more LOL Natsu wins so they can just fuck this. So stupid.
You think he's the biggest bullshit character in that?
No, I mean, well, everyone's kind of a bullshit character.
Ursa is definitely the biggest bullshit character in that anime.
She offends me less for some reason. Like, the whole thing where...
like, they're really weird about her. Sometimes she's, like...
sometimes she can't do anything, and
she's, incapable.
Like, in that tournament, they have that event she was in where, like, you had to clear so many levels of some dungeon or so many challenges or some shit, and the number you cleared would give you a certain number of points, and Ursa was like, I'll just defeat the entire thing by myself in one go. And she did, and it's like, okay, well, I mean, I guess we can do that.
So then she sucks at everything else.
Yeah, then she's like, well, I'm going to have to fight the number 3 villain because for some reason at this moment I'm just too incompetent to fight the main guy. Because Natsu has to do it because Shonen. So yeah, it's well, the first anime I can remember just going, no, I'm done. I'm done.
Nah, I'm pretty sure Bleach is the first one where I was like, you know what, fuck this shit, I'm out.
I mean, that one suffered way more decline. Like, more serious, obvious decline. I mean, at least in Dragon Ball, Goku sometimes fucks up. But in Fairy Tail, you're just waiting for Natsu to fucking hit the next level and win. So...
yeah, pretty much.
It's like...
Bleach was pretty much, if your name wasn't Ichigo, you were a jobber to everyone.
Yeah, I hate it. I've always hated that.
Yeah, Bleach was the worst, though, because they had so many fucking recall portions.
I just don't understand why they even develop all these characters just to have them be utterly fucking useless.
Yeah, I never really got that.
Yeah, I mean, at least that's something One Piece does well.
Yeah, One Piece... I mean, obviously, fucking Luffy is gonna get his although he gets his ass beat a lot, so...
Yeah,
there are villains that he still hasn't been able to beat. And then they set it up for later arcs, so that's actually longer-term storytelling, which is good. But everyone seems to conveniently get power-ups and devil fruit when it's supposed to be fairly rare and powerful at the beginning, but then later it's like, no, these characters need to remain relevant. But we also need to keep pushing Luffy, so fuck it, everyone gets a devil fruit. Except for Nami. I don't think she ever gets devil fruit, does she?
No, she does not.
Okay.
And I mean, there's a few characters in his crew that don't have devil fruits.
What's the name of that fucking green-haired swordsman? I don't think he has any, does he?
Yeah, Zora.
Yeah, because doesn't he, like, he just wants to be the best swordsman and he would view devil fruit as cheating?
Fact, right now, in the current manga arc, there are I think only 2 characters in his crew, besides himself, that have devil fruits. And there's like 6 or 7 or 8 characters in his crew.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's not too bad. Was it Sanji, that blonde dude?
He doesn't have one.
He doesn't? I thought he did. Oh, shows what I know. But yeah, I mean, One Piece at least can pace itself and give characters moments more than fucking, well, pretty much any other shonen manga, or anime, whatever, which is impressive. It's a low bar, but One Piece manages to stumble over it. But I'm that fucking angry fucking guy who's like, why can't they make Piccolo strong again, god damn it? Okay, let's go back to news. Borderlands 3 campaign DLC Bounty of Blood, A Fistful of Redemption launches June 25th. Jared's still posting these, but... Is it really? Don't make me reinstall that. I really don't want to.
I mean, there are 3 DLCs with that one.
I guess. I did get the season pass. Don't worry about it later, but I'm not having fucking Fallout 76 and Borderlands 3 on my console at the same time. That dog won't hunt. Jared's like, so delete Fallout 76. Duh.
I mean, after you get platinum. Which you will anyways.
It's gonna take forever to hit level fucking 100. Like, I might just come back to it again once they have a double XP event and grind that shit out. That sound good, Greg? Why don't we do that?
I mean, that sounds pretty good to me.
Greg's like, fuck this. Because it's gonna take weeks to get to level 100 if we just grind. And that's ignoring, however much it's gonna cost to keep our shit upgraded and get ammo and all the time we're gonna waste on that, so... So what do I do in Fort Defiance? This quest still hasn't popped up yet. All I see here are blood bugs. I still hear another one tomorrow. Anyways. Let's do blood bugs go away. Actually, blood bugs don't offer that bad of experience. As with the previous 2 campaign add-ons, Moxie's Heist of the Handsome Jackpot and Guns, Love, and Tentacles, The Marriage of Wainwright and Hammerlock, Bounty of Blood will feature an all-new setting for all manner of shooting and looting mayhem. But unlike those adventures, your Vault Hunter will be interacting with a cast of characters you've never crossed paths with before, all as a part of a story being shared by an unseen narrator. You'll travel to the harsh desert planet of Gehenna to claim a bounty on the Devil Riders, a vicious gang of bandits mounted atop fearsome beasts. The Devil Riders have been terrorizing the small town of Vestige, and you'll have to team up with the locals if you want to have any hope of administering some frontier justice. Along the way, you'll run into fresh faces like Rose, a warrior who's adept with pistol and katana alike, and Juno, a tough-and-tumble brawler with a checkered past. Sounds like some fucking discount characters for their next prequel game, huh?
Now I want pistol and katana.
Oh, Jesus. Wholesome Direct, 2020's cute and cozy game showcase for May 26th. Because we don't have enough of these shows, but I guess this one at least has a theme, so that's something. The 37-minute broadcast will feature exclusive footage, developer interviews, and announcements from over 50 independent games. Family friendly? Nobody likes family friendly stuff. Bluepoint has 2 exciting game remakes in the works, claims Rumor. That fucking lying cunt that is Rumor. The leak suggests that a remake of the Jak and Daxter trilogy is scheduled to be released alongside the launch of the PlayStation 5, and a remake of Blood Omen Legacy of Kain is set to be released in 2021. Has anyone here played the original Blood Omen?
Yeah. For like a few minutes, yeah.
I actually beat that one, which is rare. I don't usually beat obscure games like that, but that game getting a remake is like, of all the games in the series that deserve a remake, that's like not it. The story was fine, but I don't know. I'll need to see it.
It's the oldest, right?
It is the oldest. I'll need to see it. Like, they need to expand and seriously revamp a lot of the elements, because they can't just like give it a fresh coat of paint and I don't know. Like, if I was going to remake any game from that series, it'd be the first Soul Reaver, and that's not a hard choice at all.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
So that just seems really weird to me, but you know what? I'll believe it when I see it. Hey, military wonder glue. Both of these remakes seem to be a considerable shift from the originals. Jak and Daxter will place the events of the trilogy into one coherent game, according to the leak. The leak claims there will be new narrative and gameplay elements that will be integrated into this well-known story. This may cause concerns for fans of the series, and it will be interesting to see how smoothly the features can be integrated. The leak also states that one of the primary developers of the original titles, Naughty Dog, is collaborating with Bluepoint Games on the title. Oh, great. Well, that means Jack's going to be a transsexual fucking pan fox now.
Jesus.
Hey, that's just their MO.
That's just how it is, huh?
Yeah. Gonna restrain myself from saying anything spoilerific, but it's funny, and you all laugh at it just so I know that it's funny.
No, you got problems, man. You gotta go seek some professional help.
Damn. Much like Jak and Daxter, the Legacy of Kain franchise also had canceled games despite a loyal fan base. You ain't fucking kidding. The first game of the Legacy of Kain franchise seems to be undergoing an even more substantial remake than the Jak and Daxter games. Good, it fucking needs it. Pretty terrible. The game is said to be the game is said to being made as a collaboration with Square Enix and intends to repurpose the plot for a major update to gameplay. I mean, the original game was a top-down isometric, Zelda-like game. I hate that term because it's not the fucking franchise that came up with find a power to get past barrier and move to area where you can get new power. But it seems to get all the credit for that for whatever fucking reason. But yeah, that's essentially what you did. Mix into that some really questionable, choppy gameplay that was mostly about attacking the enemy when they were at the maximum possible extent of your sword. And you basically have Legacy of Kain Blood Omen. There were some parts that, it wasn't awful, but it was probably like a 6 out of 10 game. Some of the platforming segments, just annoying because isometric 2D is not something where you want to be doing a whole lot of platforming. Especially not with those controls. I found it fairly atrocious. Did anyone else beat the game? Or am I the only authority here?
Yeah, I never beat it.
Okay. The story, though, made it worth powering through. Like, that's why you put up with that fucking game. And the voice acting was great. Like, way ahead of its time. For, 96 when it came out? Really good stuff. So, I suffered through it because I was such a big Legacy of Kain fan. And Square Enix all over it. But at least they gave us that fucking Nosgoth mobile game. That was something, right? So, we'll see about that. We'll see. It would need to be significantly remade. I can see how they could build from that, because it had a really good plot, but God, I'd want it to be a completely different genre and everything. Like, fundamentally changed from what it was. Charging it. Hey, a fusion core. Why do I keep picking up fusion cores? I don't need fusion cores. Oh well, whatever. Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is getting a re-release tease by Ubisoft. Apparently this was a tweet. I don't know why people view this kind of stuff as binding, despite all the history we've had, but Scott Pilgrim vs. the World is one of the beloved titles of the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3 generation of gaming. The game seems to have a cult following, especially after it was delisted from digital stores back in 2014, without ever getting a physical release. Ubisoft never spoke on the record behind the reasoning of the delisting, but the popular theory is due to licensing issues, with it being based on a graphic novel of the same name.
Gee, you think?
Yeah, maybe. For years now, we've had no news about the title ever making a comeback until yesterday, when we got an ambiguous tweet from the developer. They made a thoughtful face in response to somebody posting about it. So maybe DualShockers, this is not that solid of a news story. Just maybe. So this is a fun little story. GTA has paid Factorio Studio nearly $40,000 over sale of illegitimate keys. This is actually a really funny development, in my opinion. So, everyone knows who G2A is, right?
They sell stuff.
They sell keys. Yeah.
They sell keys.
Yeah.
And they've got a history of not particularly caring where they get them, and have been accused by developers of selling stolen keys. And the big problem with this is, obviously, the developers don't get money for that, but even worse, when these people buy these keys, which they don't, the consumer doesn't necessarily know they're stolen, and they buy a key to the game, they're not always guaranteed to get a key that works. And GTA isn't the one who is dealing with them, consumer support-wise, when they complain about their key not working. It's the developer who has to deal with that when someone complains about their game not working. Exactly.
Why would any developer put up with that?
Well, because the developer doesn't necessarily know where they got the key, or that they bought it illegitimately, or If the consumer doesn't know, the developer probably doesn't know either. Be my guess.
I mean, the consumer knows, right? They're the ones that bought it.
If you buy it from G2A, though, you don't really know it's illegitimate. Like, G2A sells itself as a legitimate site, right? As far as I can tell, though, they're kind of the internet version of a fucking dude with a fucking trench coat full of watches in an alley. Gray market key seller G2A came under renewed scrutiny last year, with several devs saying they'd prefer users to pirate their games rather than purchase them on the marketplace. In response, G2A launched an initiative. The company would pay developers 10 times the money lost on any chargebacks related to illegally obtained keys sold on the storefront. Shortly after, Factorio studio Woob Software, and by the way, I don't know if this article is going to clarify this, but I'll clarify it. The developer had to somehow prove that these keys were illegitimate and sold through G2A. So G2A wasn't doing any of the work. So don't confuse them with being in any way benevolent in this one. Because as far as I can tell, they were not. Hey, Greg, I hacked a terminal.
You only got, what, 40 more to go?
Where do you check that? I need to see, actually.
The challenges.
Is that in the data? No.
Yeah, one sec.
Oh, or is that in the start menu?
Yeah, it's in the start menu somewhere. Oh, no. Is it in the start menu?
Challenges, there we go. Character, collect caps, blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, it's in there somewhere. That's an enormous trophy.
You don't say. Well, I don't think it's that. Combat Social World? Collect holotape games? I don't have any holotape games? I need to get a trophy for that still. Hack terminals. I have 14! Oh, God. That's actually better than I thought it would be. Shortly after, Factorio studio Woob Software announced it would take G2A up on the offer. 10 months later, the results are in. G2A has paid Woob Software $39,600 in compensation for the sale of 198 illegitimate keys through its marketplace. This is the damning part, though. In a statement, G2A said Woob had been the only company to take part in the limited time offer. The studio initially handed G2A a list of 321 keys it claimed had been sold illegitimately, with 198 of those ultimately attributed to G2A. So, just think about that. The studio found out that 321 games were sold illegitimately, and over half of those were from G2A. I mean, I think it's safe to say going forward, if you buy shit from G2A, I have no problem if a developer goes, if you bought a key from G2A, we are not offering you any consumer support. Any, for whatever reason. Because the odds of you having a stolen key, whether you know it or not, just too high. So, and G2A knows. If they are having that much volume of stolen keys coming through their store, they know. They know and they don't care. While G2A initially said it would employ a reputable and independent auditing company, the investigation into Woob's claims was carried out by G2A itself. Oh, surprise. The company told GameIndustry.biz that major auditing firms forbade the public release of audit results. If we could not say the result of the audit, it would be of no use to us, the spokesperson said. The devs' scene's antipathy towards G2A resurfaced last year when Mike Rose of No More Robots brought attention to a new Google advertising push by the reseller. G2A has taken out sponsored ads on Google, which mean that when you search for our games, you get G2A popping up above our own links, and we make zero money on our games if people buy through those ads. G2A said the findings confirmed what we were sure about, that out of our over 10 million transactions annually, we have only 198 illegally obtained keys sold through our site. Thankfully, PC Gamer, who posted this article, included this next line. But that's 198 out of the 321 keys Woob flagged as fraudulent. 61%, which presents a dominant market share, and comparing sales keys for one game to every transaction on the storefront is dubious at best. Oh, where'd Rebecca go? So, just listen to these fucking scummy motherfuckers. Like, we only got caught stealing once, so all the purchases I made otherwise where I didn't get caught, yeah, those are all above board. Fuck off. That's just ridiculous. So, yeah, don't buy games from G2A, guys. It's just, they're scum fucks. Unless it's like a key for an EA game, then go wild, because they don't deserve your money anyways. That poor enterprising person, probably from overseas, that obtained that key probably needs the money more than EA does. Same goes for Activision.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Greg endorsing theft here. But hey, we don't specifically know. Like GTA said, there's only 192 out of millions of
real keys.
I will just continue to buy used games for companies I don't like. Fire Emblem has grown to become one of Nintendo's major game IPs. Has it really? Really?
I mean, really? This is some shoddy news reporting here.
I'm not reporting the news. I'm doing commentary on the news.
Okay, these are some shoddy commentary.
That's better. Seriously. If you compare the sales of Fire Emblem, and I love Fire Emblem, don't get me wrong, can you really call it a major IP? Like what? Maybe 3 million compared to any of their other major IPs? I wouldn't necessarily call it major. I mean, it's the reason I bought a Switch, but it's not the reason anybody else bought a Switch. I'm fairly certain. Anyways, they rated the... let me see where it actually is. The most recent issue of Weekly Famitsu magazine has a special coverage of the Fire Emblem series to celebrate its 30th anniversary. And with the article, they also published a poll of Japanese raters' most favorite Fire Emblem games. And they have listed the top 5 Fire Emblem games as polled in Japan by readers of Famitsu. And I'm not going to make I can't speak. Greg guess. Alliteration there, pal. I'll just read out the top 5. The first one, Fire Emblem, Genealogy of the Holy War. Greg, is that the best Fire Emblem game?
I don't know, I've never played it.
Okay.
It's an old one, though.
It was on the Super Nintendo, released in May 1996.
Super Nintendo, Super Famicom, right?
Well, yeah. Tomato. The second most favored Fire Emblem game in Japan is Fire Emblem Three Houses, surprisingly. Number 3 is Fire Emblem Awakening. 4 is Fire Emblem The Blazing Blade. 5 is Fire Emblem Mystery of the Emblem. I'm kind of surprised Three Houses is rated that high. I thought it was fine, but I never want to touch it again. Burn it out of my memory. Greg, what's your favorite Fire Emblem game?
I'm fighting a legendary Deathclaw. I'm just gonna say like Awakening. There's no way I'm talking and killing this thing.
I'll join you, buddy.
Yeah, get over to me. It's a 3-star legendary glowing Deathclaw.
Oh, I gotta sort my inventory. Hold on.
Oh, you suck.
PlayStation Days of Play 2020, set for June the 3rd to the 17th in North America. From May 25th to June the 8th in Europe. Sales. One of the things they're selling, Greg, select gold wireless headsets. Huh?
Yeah, I like that.
Neo 2 is going to be discounted to $40. Days Gone, Medieval, Blood and Truth, all discounted to $20. What else do they have here that actually looks good? Last of Us Remastered for $10. 12 months of PlayStation Plus membership. 30% off MSRP. So there you go. If you need another year of PlayStation Plus, can't hurt to get it at a discount. Where you at, Greg? Oh, I don't see you when I travel to you.
I'm in a different world. Just join me.
I thought I already did.
We're not on a team. You have to invite me.
Oh, shit. Okay, fuck. What is this game doing? There we go.
All these ghouls are helping me now.
I'm a-coming!
Legendary enemy is mutated. Well, there goes all the fucking damage I did, I guess.
Wow, there's like a fuckload of... Wait, are you even near me? Did this spawn me away from you? Yeah, damn it. Oh, no!
Oh, it killed me.
Wait. What does it do?
Why'd you remove me from the team?
I hit the wrong thing.
You son of a bitch.
Okay, now I'm fast traveling to you again, because apparently the first time it didn't do it, for whatever reason.
Well, invite me to the team again, jerk.
Okay, hold on. Once I'm done traveling. Summer Game Fest 2020 Developer Showcase is set for June 22nd and July 20th. Jesus Christ, because we needed 2 fucking more. Summer Game Fest 2020 has announced 2 developer showcase events planned for June 2020 and July 20th respectively, which will highlight a select group of upcoming indie and AAA video games curated by the Day of the Devs team and Jeff Keighley. Yeah, I just lost all my interest there. Okay. You're back here again. There we go. There's another team invite. And there you are. Why is there a legendary glowing Deathclaw here?
I don't know.
Oh shit, there it is. Oh, it's supposed to be attacking Greg, but it's not attacking Greg. Oh, it one-shot killed me. That's okay. I have infinite respawns. Final Fantasy VII Remake. US launch sales are the highest in series history. Oh wow, there are a million ghouls around this fucking thing. Yeah, we got him. Wow, that was a lot of experience. Jeez. Lagging this game.
Hold on, I'll get you.
No, it auto-killed me.
Oh, it did?
As it always does. It's not really surprising that this game sold more than any other game in the series, because there's always more gamers every fucking year, you know? It's almost an inevitability. But I do have to say, this is probably the best Final Fantasy game they've made since at least 12? Oh, well. Didn't really get anything good this time.
I got a mole miner gauntlet.
I got an Assaultron blade.
Yeah.
Right?
Still, that's the first 3-star Deathclaw that I've ever killed.
Yeah, it wasn't that bad with all the zombies helping us.
Nah, it's it's much worse when I was on my own. I'll give it that.
Of course, then the zombies killed me afterwards, those ungrateful bastards.
Oh, here's another 3-star one. You ready?
No? Oh, it's not a legendary, though. Well, still gave me a legendary, so whatever that was about.
Yeah, he's legendary. He had 3 stars.
Oh. I expected it to say legendary.
Hmm.
I already have a better arm than that. Better defense-wise, but maybe not better stat-wise. Yeah, I'm gonna go for that instead. Okay, we're almost done with news. Let's see. Sims rival Paralives shows off new character creator as Patreon support surges. So if you want a Sims game that maybe doesn't suck quite as much as modern Sims games, it's called Paralives. P-A-R-A Lives. One word. Paralives is an upcoming indie life simulation being funded solely through Patreon donations. It's a management sim where players get to design houses, create characters, and manage their lives inside a simulated city. It's obviously heavily inspired by the Sims games, but Massey describes Paralives as having more of a focus on building and designing the dollhouse homes that the Parafolk live in. Its Steam page lists advanced building tools, an open-world neighborhood, fully customizable furniture, and characters. Just a continuing trend of whatever the major studios won't give us, some indie will. Man, I miss that ×3 experience like you wouldn't believe.
×2?
×2, yes. I was doing some runs on my own, and I was like, oh, God.
This is garbage.
Almost not even worth the fucking bullets, honestly. So, this is a story...
Let's do your quest. What do you have to do for your quest?
Oh, I have no fucking clue. It never popped up, so... I don't know what they want me to do in that place. I don't even know how to start it, so fuck it.
Let's say I'm in danger.
Something's detected you, or it's bugging out. Either way. On the last bit of news we have, since IGN updated the story and ruined it, are some simple sales numbers. April hardware sales in the United States. Switch, 808,000. That's just for April and just the US. PlayStation 4, 411,000. And Xbox One, 329,000. All hardware sales... all are record hardware sales for each platform in April. Switch is even higher than the Wii's highest April on record, April 2008. Man, force people to sit in their fucking homes, and guess what? They play a lot of video games. Ain't that a fucking thing? I bet Sophia and Claire are just raking in the fucking money right now. And that's it. That's all the news we have for this week. I did a lot of work the last 2 days on Final Fantasy VII, so I'll probably work on Persona 5 on Monday. I think it's a little past time for an update.
Past time. I am amazed GameFAQs hasn't taken that away yet.
Oh, well, do you think they care? I don't think they care.
I think they care.
I don't think they do.
I think they're serious.
I don't. I think they're fundamentally unserious. I doubt half the time they understand that they have facts on their site anymore.
I mean, you are beyond jaded, but okay.
I am. Hey, more ghouls over here. Oh, took me out of Bass. Ah, that sucks.
Oh, you're dead?
Yeah.
Can I get to you?
Nope, because they insta-killed me.
Dead?
Yeah, they always insta-kill
How
me.
do you always getting insta-killed?
That's just what these ghouls do, is they just insta-kill me. I don't know why I asked the buggy-ass game. Oh, man. Okay, so are we buying Minecraft on Tuesday? Just to get the opportunity to do something that isn't Fallout 76?
If you guys get it, I'll get it.
I'll get it.
And Greg can claim it's for Sadie or whatever.
That makes sense to me.
Where is this rat away I need? Okay. I mean, it's not like we don't have a ton of other games to play, but... I can't resist a good Diablo-style game. Fucking super mutants right out the front gate, huh? Now I need to go wherever Greg is.
I'm right where you died.
Hey, Greg leveled up once. Alright, and that'll do it for this week's podcast. Until next week, see you guys later.
Goodbye.
Yep.